Good afternoon and welcome to our live coverage of one of the most pivotal moments in U.S. history. We are Samantha Hymas
and Malia Harrison,
and we bring you inclusive live reports from the very heart of the Louisiana Purchase negotiations.
Tonight we're taking you to the year 1803, which was an extraordinary time when the United States was on the brink of a massive transformation. In this live broadcast, we will take you inside the moments leading up to the Louisiana Purchase, a deal that would double the size of the nation. The purchase for $15 million will change the course of history.
Our team is on the ground in both Paris and Washington, where history is being made as we speak. Let's go to the scene now where President Thomas Jefferson is about to make the final decision on the purchase.
Here in Washington, we see President Thomas Jefferson has just received word from diplomats James Monroe and Robert Livingston, who are currently in France negotiating the acquisition of the Louisiana Territory. But first, let's hear from President Jefferson himself. Mr. President, what led to this bold move?
Thank you, Mia. When I took office, my vision for the United States was expansion. I believe that our future lays in the West. We needed access to the Mississippi River and the port of New Orleans to safeguard our economy and ensure we could trade freely. When I heard that Napoleon controlled the territory, I knew it posed both a risk and an opportunity. The French had plans for a new empire in the Americas, but I believed we could act quickly. Securing the Louisiana Territory, we provide the space for our nation to grow, stretching across the continent from the Mississippi River to the Rocky Mountains.
Meanwhile, in New Orleans, the situation is tense. James Monroe and Robert Livingston are deep in negotiations with the French authorities. A deal is on the table, but both sides must come to agreement on the price. Let's check in with Monroe for an update on how things are going.
Thank you, Samantha. It's been a tense few days here in Paris. Initially, we were only concerned with securing New Orleans, but when I met with Napoleon, he stunned us with an offer we couldn't ignore. Napoleon was willing to sell the entire Louisiana Territory. I looked at Robert Livingston, my colleague in this mission, and we knew we had a historic opportunity. The price seemed high, $15 million, but when you consider the sheer size of the land and its future value to the United States, it was a bargain. The French were desperate for money to fund their wars, and we were in the right place at the right time.
Over in Paris, the man behind the deal is Napoleon, who is preparing for his next move. We learned that Napoleon has been under pressure to fund his ongoing wars in Europe, and the sale could provide him the resources he needs. Let's go to Napoleon for a live statement from Paris.
It's true. I had once dreamed of building a French empire in the Americas, but my situation in Europe forced me to reconsider. With Britain as the constant threat, maintaining control over distant territories like Louisiana was no longer practical. The United States was growing, and they had a clear interest in the land. I knew that I could use the proceeds from this sale to fund my wars on the European continent. Selling the land was a pragmatic decision. It was never about giving up on my dreams. It was about survival, about securing the future of France and Europe.
Back in Washington, President Jefferson faces the final moment of decision. The Louisiana Territory that stretches from the Mississippi River to the Rocky Mountains is on the brink of being purchased. But is this deal constitutional, and will Congress approve?
It's a moment of uncertainty, but I've always believed that we must act in the best interests of our people. The Constitution may not specifically grant me the power to make a purchase, but I believe that this is an opportunity too great to miss. If Congress doesn't approve, I'll have to answer for it, but I trust that the people will see the wisdom of this decision. This deal, once secured, will change the future of our nation. We'll be able to spread west, ensuring the survival of our democracy and prosperity of our citizens.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. And with that, it's done. The purchase has been agreed upon. Monroe and Livingston have signed the documents. The United States has doubled its size. The Louisiana Purchase is official, and history has been made. Here you go. What a historical moment. The Louisiana Purchase is now complete, and the United States has secured a vast new territory, one that will eventually lead to westward expansion and formation of new states. The deal is done, and the future of the nation is forever changed.
From President Jefferson's bold vision to the diplomatic efforts of Monroe and Livingston and the strategic decision by Napoleon to sell, we've just witnessed a turning point in history. This is a story that will echo for generations to come. Thank you for joining us for this special live broadcast. We are Malia Harrison and Samantha Hymas, and we'll see you next time as we continue to bring you the stories that shape our world.
And welcome to
Okay. Are you starting?
Yeah.
Oh.
talking.
Provide him the resources he needs. Let's go to Napoleon for a life statement from there.
Yes, it's true. I want. Oh my God.
And the trash.
Go. And with that, it's done. The